Welcome back. So, as we said at the outset, we are 13 days away from ABA Tech Show in Chicago, March 1st through 4th. Conrad and I's in-person meeting. And if you're there, we'd love to hear from you. But we did want to give folks a little preview of what we'll be talking about at Tech Show. And, if you're going to be there, maybe a pitch for why you should come to our sessions. And if you're not currently planning to come, a pitch to come. So, Conrad, what are you talking about? What the heck are you talking about at Tech Show this year?
So one of my favorite things that I've worked on from the beginning of my kind of game in the legal world is positioning, branding and positioning and messaging more importantly than branding. I think a lot of you get stuck on this branding is just a logo and colors and type font, right? But it's really messaging and positioning. Why you, like most lawyers, we've talked about this before ad nauseum on the podcast. Most of you go out of your way to identify yourself as being a lawyer, and that is what you think your branding positioning is, but it's not. And so I am working with Ruki Tajani, who we have spoken about numerous times on this podcast. She is, and I'll give away the initial slide. She is a Black female trademark attorney, and her branding and positioning is I am what a trademark attorney looks like, which is outstandingly effective. But we're going to go into a variety of examples of where lawyers have gone out of their way to not try and convince their audience that they're just someone who happens to have a law degree, but they're actually a person behind that law degree.
Awesome. Looking forward to that one. Yeah. You and I are also speaking together on March 3rd, I believe. And the title of our session is Marketing is a Team Sport, which maybe is not the most descriptive title for a session, but why don't you talk to me about what you envision this session to be?
Yeah, so we touched on this very lightly the other day that some law firms are really leaning into becoming media companies. And one of the ways to do that is really, especially with social, we've talked about dark social before as well, leveraging the power of the network effect of social. The way to do that is through deep relationships and partnerships with people who already have that reach. And so you amplify your reach by doing this. So that's kind of the external partners. I think the internal partners conversation is really evolving recently. Should we have in-house staff? Should we be partnering with an agency? Who should we be working with to actually run our marketing? I think that has evolved tremendously over the last 3 or 4 years, maybe 3 years, Guy, where as law firms get increasingly sophisticated, we start to see how these work. And I think what you'll get from Guy and Conrad is if you're going to do work internally, what are the right roles for that? And if you're going to do marketing work externally, who are the right people to do that as well, right? And I think there are different perspectives and different approaches for different firms. All right. So Guy, you are also covering upcoming trends with Allison from Legalese Consulting. Talk about that.
Yeah, this is going to be a great session. The Law Practice Division and Legal Technology Resource Center does a lot of great surveying of their membership. And so you get to see where lawyers, at least that are the survey respondents, where they're focusing their activities, what are the channels that are underutilized. So a real data-informed trending session that we're going to use to kick off the tech show, marketing track. So be sure not to miss that one.
And finally, a place you and I have both been playing in quite actively over the last 12 months, brand acceleration with LinkedIn. Guy, what are we going to be talking about there? Because I think this is really, really pertinent right now.
Yeah, we're going to go everything LinkedIn, profile creation, content creation, engagement, short form video, all the things that can help you stand out on LinkedIn. I mean, we're probably a little bit behind the power curve of like the adoption of LinkedIn. I think it's catching up. But in terms of business intent, professional network, lawyer-to-lawyer referrals, and all the other things that LinkedIn does, to me, it's been the most powerful from a intent-based social network. Now, look, TikTok and Facebook have the users, but LinkedIn's got that business and professional connection intent, and it is really, really powerful. So we're going to go deep on that.
Yeah. I think it's great. Super, super, super important for almost all lawyers. And my love affair with LinkedIn for lawyers came early on. It's frequently that winner in name search, right? And so there's an SEO element to this
Right.
in a big, big way. If you don't think LinkedIn is important, you are missing the boat here.
So if you're going to be in Chicago for ABA Tech Show, please do seek Conrad and I out. We love talking marketing. If you got questions or just want to say hello, we'd love to hear from you. And if you're not currently going to Tech Show, please consider joining us in Chicago. It's going to be a great show.
Money makes it makes a world go round. Money makes a world go round. Yeah, money make a world go round. Yeah, money make a world go round.